Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a special Georgia Indy Talk edition of the Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast. This is becoming a little more normal for us, right? Where we're having to talk about it
So much
separate.
content. So much content later, we've been having to split it off.
Well, I mean, listen, let's be honest with you. With it being Mania week, there was a whole lot of that. Our main show, which drops this Thursday, of course, as normal. Always make sure you're subscribing. But hey, you know what's funny, Myron? Had you
What's
signed
that?
up at patreon.com/tapped-out-pod, you'd have got this show early, and you'd have got the regular episode early just by signing up there, because everything goes there first, as you probably well know.
Well, that episode's already there.
Yeah.
By the time we're recording this, if we get in our space-time machine.
Yeah, it's a time travel loop, as we sometimes hit into, because we go through things such as we recorded that show first. That's how we knew we had to do it separately, but this one's going to drop first, so it's out of order. It's just all in my head to be one jumbled mess. But we're always trying to take care of business, but hey, let's take care of some business right forward and foremost before we get started. Make sure you're checking our friends out over at Prize Picks. You can get the app. You can do it online. The referral code is there on the screen. It's also in the show notes, all that good stuff. Make sure you're signing up and playing some. It's fun, man. That's what it is. It's all about getting your prop bets in. If you sign up the first time, they will match you up to $100 deposit for your play. That's right. Put in 100. They'll give you 100 in there to play as well. And you're not competing against the world, man. It's just make your over and under on your prop bets. If you win, you win. You don't have to worry about if anybody else does better than you or any of that good stuff. So it's super fun, and I have a blast doing it. So take a second, man, and check out our friends.
You still working on this?
It's 2 minutes to kickoff. Who do I pick?
2 words, Prize Picks. It's so easy.
Prize Picks is daily fantasy sports made easy. It's just you against the numbers. Simply pick the over-under on 2 or more players, and that's it. You can win up to 10 times your money in just one day. Join over 150,000 people who found a better way to play. Download the Prize Picks app today and get your first deposit match up to $100.
That's right, man. Check out our friends over, like I said, over Prize Picks. $100 match. Can't beat it. We have a blast playing, so make sure you're checking it out. But, man, listen. Before we get started with what's coming up, I know you wanted to give a special shout-out, I know, for the Southern Fried crowd.
Southern Fried drew 250 up against WrestleMania Night 1. Congratulations, guys. That was awesome. Wish I could have been there. To run that show and get all that done. And Larry, I read his report on Georgia Wrestling History, said it was phenomenal. So kudos to Southern Fried for pulling that off. Can't wait to hear more about the show as the time goes on.
Yeah, man. Kudos to those guys, but yeah, I mean, I was Saturday, I was hibernated in, man. It was between NXT in the daytime, and I'd stayed up late between, Smackdown and Hall of Fame and on and on and on, all that good stuff, man. It was just, I was beat by the time I went into NXT and Mania. I, had to, but, but we'll definitely catch the next show. I've already put it on my calendar to make sure we're there. But I can tell you where we'll be this Friday, Myron, and what's coming up this week. It's going to be up in Canton, Georgia. Our friends up at Southern Honor Wrestling, man, doing something special, and check it out, man.
Attention wrestling fans, join us Friday, April 8th for SHW 38, live at the Action Building in Canton, Georgia. Oh, and did we mention, this is a free show. That's right, it's our way of thanking you, the fans, for your support over the past 3.5 years. Don't miss Owen Knight as he defends his Southern Honor Championship against #1 contender, Cyrus the Destroyer. Plus, after months of mind games from Tank and the Reverend, Gunnar Miller will finally get his hands on the Bloodbath Behemoth. And for the first time ever, All-Star Special will do battle with Matt and Joey Lynch. Also in action, Joe Black, Jordan Kingsley, Carly Bravo, and more. Free tickets will be available at the door the night of the show starting at 5:30. First 2 rows available on a first-come, first-served basis. Remaining tickets will be general admission. Doors open at 7, bell time at 8. Let's pack the Action Building for another great night of professional wrestling. Trust us, you don't want to miss this show. SHW, this is our wrestling.
That's right, man. A free show.
Holy shit. This is a big deal. Got to see how this turns out. I think a lot of eyes are going to be on Canton Friday night to see how it goes. Uh, ooh, man, and the card, you think they skimped on a card for a free show? No. Good God, the card's amazing, Nick.
Yeah, man. I'm sitting here, I got it in front of me too, man. And it's, like you said, you would think like, hey, let's do a free show, man. Let's, cut back on budget a little bit. And no, sir. Not Dylan and not Gary, man. They're going all out. Like I said, up at the top, man. I'm so happy that Cyrus is getting his shot, at that title. It's going to be a tough fought match with him and Owen, and eager to see how that one goes down, man. Gunner and Tank finally coming to a head.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Look, this has been building for months and months and months. And look, they're Tank and Dan. They have some very bad intentions for one Gunner Miller, and we've seen, like I said, we've seen them set Nathan on fire. We've seen crazy stuff happen. We saw Tank up at Anarchy. So you could see a lot of the devastation that dude can do. But everybody sometimes sleeps and forgets about how bad of a dude Gunner Miller can be.
Oh yeah.
So this one has all the potential in the world to just get out of hand quickly, for sure. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, All-Star Special. Listen, they're one of our favorite teams. Obviously, that and period. Not even. I wanted to, almost said in state. I'm like, no, just period. They're just two good dudes. We absolutely love the All-Star Special. They're gonna get a shot at getting a little bit of, get a little redemption at the Lynch mob, who Lynch brothers. When they came, they're back. They were involved a lot in their return. And, maybe it's time for All-Star to remind, the Lynches, hey, we were here while y'all were gone.
Yeah.
Or is it the Lynches' turn to turn around and say, no, dude, we were the top dogs. You were here, while we were gone. So I think it's going to be affirmative of who locks their position in, long term at Southern Honor Wrestling. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Joe Black. Look, Joe Black's Joe Black in the state of Georgia right now, and the Southeast in general.
Yeah.
Joe Black he's a stud. It's funny. He would be that dude if John Davis wasn't using that name, right? That's kind of that's his catchphrase.
Definitely.
Joe Black, everywhere he goes. I mean, what's great about Joe is he seems to take everybody he's with, that he's up against, and he's pulling them to his level, because it's a match with Joe Black is one of two things. You either prove you deserve to be there, or you're going to get eaten up and you're going to get beat quick.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus.
Yeah, he's a stud for sure. Here's the one that I was, happy to see, brought a smile to my face. Obviously, Chip Day is going to face Nick Halen, your favorite wrestler. Yep. Now he is going to be in a Southern Honor building at a Southern Honor show. And of all things, man, two of the best wrestlers, like, period, here in the state of Georgia, Nick Halen and Chip Day go one-on-one, man. What's your take on that one?
I don't know. I want to see it. That's all I know is I want to see it. I don't know what it's going to be, but I want to see it. It's going to be something special. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. Chip and Nick. Come on. What do you expect out of it, right?
Yeah.
Carly Bravo versus Najicism, like that'll be
entertainment.
It's gonna be fast, furious, wild, and crazy. I mean, those two, they're both super exciting to watch. We should sometimes always wonder, like, should we do prediction shows and pick winners? But then I'm like, no, because sometimes it's really hard to pick between the two, right?
Oh, I'd get probably owned on that show.
Hawkins versus Kingsley, look.
Definitely.
Hawkins is a heat magnet, everywhere he goes, where it's going to continue. Kingsley's the up-and-comer. He's the young kid who's got everything to prove. And sometimes you'll be shocked, and I tell people, like, beating a guy like Hawkins, it could be that thing that gives you that confidence to, like, I'm a player. Like, now I can elevate up. But obviously the top of the cards, like I said, we talked about it, is super loaded. With Cyrus, getting his title shot. Kudos to, mad props to Cyrus. I've been a Cyrus fan for a long, long time.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
You got anything else on the Southern Honor Show, man?
Nothing on the Southern Honor Show. Super excited about it. Listen for details on how to get tickets on that ad, and be there, folks.
Yeah, definitely check them out.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not the only show.
Nope.
running on Friday. Action Wrestling has got their, like as you can see, April 8th. It's right down there, down the road in Tyrone, 145 Commerce Drive. Their bell time is 7:30 instead of 8. So, you got to get a little bit earlier jump. I know, look, but they always, they're bell to bell. They're the best, they always, that's their thing. Bell to bell, we're the best wrestling in Georgia, right? That's their pitch. And lots of talents on that poster. And I'm even going to cheat. I'm going to back up and look at it again as you look at it and see. I mean, you see the faces on that poster and you're like, yep, okay, I got you. And of course, the main one on the card, right, is your IWTV champion, AC Mack's going to be there, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely facing Alex Kane for that title. That's going to be a classic match, folks. I would love to see this.
Yeah, I mean, you got.
I'm going to have to watch it on IWTV.
Yeah, check them out over on IWTV and catch that as well. I mean, because think about it, Alex Kane is an MLW guy. AC Mack is your IWTV champion. So where else could you get a shot to see that kind of, those two go at it? I mean, so definitely want to make sure you head on down to Action, on Friday as well. If you're not, if you're on the south side and you just don't want to make that trip up to the north side to see the Southern Honor Show, see, that's the great thing about Georgia, man. You're covered on both sides of the state, or the city, I guess, of Atlanta. If you don't want to brave that traffic and cut across, you got Action on the south side.
And if you're over on the east, you can go to night one of Hardcore Hell. ACW is running night one of Hardcore Hell. Hardcore Hell is now a 2-night event, much like WrestleMania.
Yep, that is true, man. But it's funny because you never know what you're going to see. Now, what kind of tools, what kind of apparatuses, things you may want to see and may not want to see. But the one apparatus, the one tool, the one thing every guy needs in his arsenal is the Lawnmower 4.0.
Whoa! Personal foul.
What the feezy?
You can't use a beard trimmer below the 50-yard line. This is the Waterproof Lawnmower 4.0 by Manscaped.
What's the difference?
It's got new skin-safe technology to help reduce cuts and nicks. It's powerful, yet gentle, just like me.
Dog, I appreciate you.
Boop. Hey, watch out. I'm not ticklish. Get yours at manscaped.com.
That's right, man.
Hard to hurt somebody with that, though.
Well, that is true. I mean, that's the whole point. You want to have your Lawnmower 4.0 so you don't get those nicks and stuff that you can be. But that ain't, again, if you're heading up to, like I said, between Friday night and Saturday night, Anarchy, of course, has Hardcore Hell. It's a 2-night event. Yeah, man. Wild and crazy. Tons of stuff going on. As you can see there on the poster, especially on Saturday. So our plan as of right now is to be at Southern Honor on Friday, Hardcore Hell on Saturday. So that way we can have that double header, but bounce it around between the two shows.
Oh, yeah. And then sleep all day Sunday.
Yeah, you'll be wiped for sure, I bet. But look, Hardcore Hell is the tradition here, here in Georgia Indie Wrestling, man. It's a staple. Like Hardcore Hell. Yes. That's what we think of every single year. And this year, that the team up there that's put the matches together, that just has built to something that's so cool. It's going to be a great show.
I'm hyper excited about the whole show.
Yeah, I mean, you got things all the way from there's the TV title will be the TV number 1 contender for the TV title, because we all know the champion, the TV champion, Proc the Croc's going to be tied up in a tag match, which we'll get to in a minute. So he can't defend. Well, he could defend both, but he's not. He's only having to defend the one because he's going to be into a tag title, where it's going to be the program versus the undeniable, which has become so personal at this level.
Yeah, so solid. Scott Mason hit Shane Marks with a car. Is Shane going to be there in time? You're going to have Matt Hankins with him. It's going to be hot. This is Southern wrestling at its finest. The anger. This match could have been held in Memphis. This match could have been held at Boutwell Auditorium. This is a instant classic Southern wrestling match, in my opinion.
And because here's what you have so let's first set up the table here for the program itself. The program they've been running roughshod. They've been the key players. They've been, the central focal point up there at Anarchy. Now, Scott Mason is getting a return match versus Joe Black in a dog collar match for the Landmark Heritage title. The program is going to obviously be in the match with Undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
And if Scott Mason can't, if he fails to get back his title from Joe Black,
Mm-hmm.
and Undeniable manages to pull those, pry those tag team titles away from him, that'd be a huge blow to the program.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, yes,
Definitely.
Brock will still be your television champion. I understand that. And Hunter James will still, he'll be, the NCW junior champion. I get all of that. But as far as, Anarchy goes, that would be a huge blow to their grip on control of the actual Anarchy there. So
Definitely.
Here's the thing. I don't think they lose. I love Shane Marks. I love Brian Blaze. I love Matt Hankins. The program has proven time and time again they will win by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Not that hey, listen, I won't put the Undeniable above that, because they will as well.
Oh yeah, these are some of the dirtiest players in the game.
Yeah.
Right here, all facing each other.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask the question this way. Is this match hardcore hell? Because this is, like, when it comes to Anarchy, this is the big stage for them. Is this match a defining moment for the program?
I think it's a defining moment for both teams. But if the program's going to exist, I think they have to win this. It's going to continue to exist because Scott Mason is in a dog collar match with Joe Black. He wants his Heritage title back. I wouldn't want it back. I'll be honest with you. If I was him, dog collar match with Joe Black, wouldn't want any part of it. Don't get me near it. Don't even suggest it to me.
Right.
No. God.
Yeah, but that's hardcore hell for you, man. It's got to be wild. It's got to be crazy. But then there's going to be another twist, right? To hardcore hell, you're going to see a real wrestling match.
To the best.
Yeah.
To the all-time best. Nick Halen and Sauronaro. God, this is going to be a beautiful thing to watch. If you're a fan of good wrestling, this is the match for you.
Yeah, I mean, Sal's been long considered one of the best wrestlers, in Georgia, the Southeast. I mean, even, when you got his Ring of Honor time. How crazy is this that in back-to-back nights, Nick Halen will wrestle two of the absolute best wrestlers, technical wrestlers. If he can go 2-0, does he get this again when he stands on those ropes and says best wrestler ever? I mean, like that's his claim, right? That's his stake. He comes out with these two wins, he starts to have that argument. I am one of the best technical wrestlers in Georgia. I am one of the best.
I would give him, if he wins those two, I'd give him the title. Yes.
Yeah. So he's, like I said, I always, he's your favorite wrestler for a reason. He's hitting all of the best competition, show after show after show, and he's not backing down. He's not afraid of it. Now, some guys that, I'm not saying you should have been afraid of it, but the Beacon, it looks like it's going to be Hansen and Azrael versus Jacob Ashworth and Brad Cash in a cell block match. This hasn't been done in a while, by the way. And when people ask what it is, so essentially it's a big giant cage on the ground outside of the Landmark Arena. They're going to fight. There ain't no match here. There's no ring, folks. They're going to fight. End of discussion. They're going to fight. There will be blood. There will be people that pay for some of the things that have happened over the last few months.
Ass. Jesus Christ.
It's going to be just a brawl that I tell people should not be missed. And then the icing on the cake is we still have a title match. We still have the Anarchy Championship match. Will Caution will defend that title against Jeter. And man, listen, we saw Will Caution at the last show. We talked about how much he looked like a champion. He's been beating everybody they've put in front of him. But no pun intended, this is his biggest obstacle that he has faced.
Yeah.
It's not just Jeter's size. It's Jeter's. He's got it up here. It's upstairs, man.
Yeah, Jeter is such a cerebral assassin type in that giant body. He's going to pick Will apart if Will's not careful. This is really probably the biggest match of Will's career.
Yeah.
Oof.
It,
And it's
this, you know, the single most theme running through this story has been Jeter saying like he's still a boy, like it's a man sport, like, you know, and this is Will's and it was funny because you try to say like, okay, well, that's the story. Well, but it's kind of like if this for Will to become and elevate to that next level, he has to have this match. And it's not just, oh, he needs it for the title. He has to have it. This will be his springboard into other people, you know, seeing him like, oh, wait, he's a player. You beat Jeter in Georgia, Southeast, wherever. You beat Jeter anywhere in the country for that matter. It's going to be noticed, like, because he's freaking Jeter, for crying out loud. I mean, that's at the end of the line. That's it. So Anarchy's done a phenomenal job heading down this road all the way to hardcore hell. I think we both are completely like stacked to see this.
I'm more excited for this weekend than WrestleMania because for $12, I could have tickets to Southern Honors Free Show, Anarchy Hardcore Hell. I'm not in the front row. I'm going to sit up close where we like to sit in general admission. I'm going to see personalized violence. Okay? This is something I want to see. This, to me, as a wrestling fan and knowing most of these people, I'm separated from the people I know that are on the show. I'm just seeing them and they're wrestlers, and I'm excited for this. This is personalized violence, and just if you've ever seen it.
Yeah, it's a sight to see. I mean, it's a whole weekend, man. There's so much going on there, and there's more, you know, wrestling than this. This is just kind of what we're going to try to start focusing on, where we're going, what we saw, so we can speak from experience and not, you know, just what people tell us. I get, you know, some of the stuff we will cover that we can't make it out to. But if you're looking for even more shows, we always tell you, go over to Facebook and look up the Rob Rod Report. Yes. He does a great job every week. He puts, I mean, I think the last time I read, he said he was up to like 17 shows or something between Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, like that little bubble here. But man, you know, make sure you're following him. He will keep you in the loop, show you it'll links and cities and everything you need to know about where these shows are to help you get out there and make your decisions. Because you can't give me the excuse of, well, I live here, so all the shows are too far. He's going to find a show that's close to you. Yeah. So that's the key part for that. Again, so check him out over on Facebook at the Rob Rod Report. But look, we told you we're going to be Friday, Southern Honor. They're going to do, basically, it's their big free show up there in Canton. You can find them on Facebook as well. Check out the video, etc. All that stuff. We've got all that information. Action down in Tyrone, same thing. Check the poster out in the video. I'll put some links in there maybe to their Facebook pages so you can check them out as well. And of course, if you're Friday and Saturday night, NCW, Anarchy combined, 2 nights Hardcore Hell, definitely want to check them out, because that's just a shit ton of wrestling for, like you said, for just not that much money. And then you will have a blast. So that's everything I've got as far as the indie stuff we're going to cover this week. That's what we're going to check out. You got anything else, man? Or
I don't got nothing else.
Well, man, what's the old saying, brother? If I've got nothing and you've got nothing, what time is it?
It's time to tap out.